right, welcome the one person tuned in right now to another edition of More Acro World News. The first update of today is out of Morocco. In light of recent increases in cases, the curfew, which was previously 11 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. at night, has now been extended to 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So that's 8 hours that people must be in their houses each evening. In addition to this extension of curfew, there's been a ban on travel in and out of the cities of Marrakesh, Agadir, and Casablanca. Welcome, Soli Ben. Thanks for joining. You could travel in and out of these with special permission or with a vaccine. So that is the situation in Morocco now as the cases continue to increase. We'll see if this has any control on what actually happens down there. So thank you for joining, Wilson. Thank you, Bidar, for joining right away. This leads into other vaccine news. New York City is following suit with many European nations requiring a vaccine pass for attendance of restaurants, gyms, etc. It goes beyond the European restrictions because it will not accept a negative test. It is demanding a vaccine, or mandating, I believe is the word we're using. Welcome, Nikki. Welcome, Rashid. So they're mandating this vaccine that I think is coming up next month, couple weeks to go. Someone asked for in Morocco again. I'll tell you about that later. So they did this app in New York, and apparently a guy uploaded Mickey Mouse to it as proof of his vaccine, and it was approved, so they're still working out the kinks there. We'll see how that follows suit with the rest of the country, New York City being the most populous city in the United States, and it's taken a page of the European Green Corona passport to see what's happening there. In Olympic news, Slovenia won Olympic basketball today, so they're heading to the semifinals. They will face off with France on Thursday, while the USA faces off with Australia, I believe. We're rooting for Slovenia. I would love to see a USA-Slovenia final match in basketball. We'll see if that pans out. Another big Olympic race was the 400-meter men's hurdle. That was very exciting. The world record was broken twice in one race. Karsten Warholm won that race. He was from Norway, and when he won, he ripped off his shirt and showed his nipples for some reason. But it was really exciting. The American got second. He also broke the world record, and he smashed the world record by 0.7 seconds. Quick little update. Someone asked if we're in Morocco or what's up. Not in Morocco, just keeping a pulse on there because we have friends there. We're tied to the situation, so we like to give little updates from what's going on there. If anyone's actually there in this chat room, go ahead and drop some information about what the current situation is in Marrakesh, Agadir, Casablanca, if they're checking papers or what's going on there, because those three cities specifically were in a bit tighter of a lockdown, it looks like, from the news, so we're bringing that up. The wife is good. She's due on the 21st of August, full moon. We'll see if it's before or after that date. We had a little foray into me learning to drive today. That video is going to be up tonight. So if you stick around for another hour or so, I think we should have that video up to see how I did learning to drive a stick. So a manual transmission. We'll see how that goes. And yoga news. California guru Jagat passed away from an embolism after an ankle surgery. She was 41 years old. I'd studied at one of her studios in Mallorca, not Kundalini yoga or anything she was doing exactly. But I was familiar with her franchise of Kundalini yoga. She was outspoken against COVID as well as joining the QAnon movement, as a lot of new age wellness people did in the past year. It's actually a surprising development that a lot of these yogis and people in these alternative health circles went toward conspiracy theories. USA did not stop the Johnson vaccine, but they did send Morocco, I think, 300,000 doses. So you could join the Janssen, whatever it is club if you want to be like me. Just know that you might get some side effects like that really high fever, a bunch of chills, sore arm for 2-3 days, and a feeling like a hangover for a couple mornings after that. But other than that, I'm good. I believe my arm is healing up nicely. We got the ringworm going. I think that's going all right. These are the bad ones. The good ones are doing better. Hello to Qatar. Why the knee, please? I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he showed his nipples. He's referring to the 400 meter. I think he tried to rip off his whole shirt, but I think these hurdlers don't have very good upper body strength to rip the entire shirt. It just kind of ripped in the middle and just showed here. If he did the Hulk, that would be cool, but he failed. I mean, he was tired. He just set a world record in the 400 meters hurdles, so that's great for him. Any truth in Kundalini yoga, Wilson asks, or is it a religion? Some people compared her guruship, her following, to a cult. I'm sure these breathing techniques and kriyas and mantras do have an effect on your mind-body connection, and this could lead into some spirituality. I don't know enough about it to call it a religion, but I do know some people that practice, and some people call it Kundalini yoga. It's kind of one of the yogas that people would accuse her of cultural appropriation, of taking Sikh traditions, wearing a white turban, and some of the prayers and vocabulary, and making them her own for capitalistic purposes in the California market. She went on to expand from there, New York. But a controversial figure. She just had an article in Vice News about 3 weeks ago, and now she passed away at age 41. Too young for someone in the yoga health community. But it's happened before, so. Yeah, they do have some automatic cars here in Europe. Someone says, Malky, they don't have automatic there. We went for the stick shift because it was cheaper. There was one, but a lot more kilometers on it. So I got to learn sometime. It's a good skill to have to be able to drive a manual transmission. It's kind of necessary if you're going to be in Europe or Morocco. There's not so many automatic cars. And if there are, you always have to pay more for it. So salam, Diana, welcome. Faracha, thanks for joining as well. Bidar Mustafa says, vaccination center in Agadir are crowded. And yeah, vaccine pass is needed to travel cities. So it's good news that people are going to get vaccinated. I think there's still some hesitation across the world. So I think that's normal. I saw the protests from Germany. Oof, it was rough. Some of the police and the people, I don't get what the point is. I get people want to peacefully protest, but it always looks like it escalates from there. And it's always the police versus the people. And the police are usually these big guys. I saw this guy take this woman by the neck and slam her to the ground. That's just going to make everyone upset, and things are just going to escalate. You know, you start throwing stones keep getting thrown. Not good. Yeah, Wilson, you're correct. Snake energy type of thing. He's referring to Kundalini yoga. It's about awakening the Kundalini energy at the base of the spine, and it travels up the Sushumna, the main channel of energy in the body, and it leads to illumination. And you have to clear your chakras for this energy to pass through your Ida and Pingala. These are these alternate channels that go through the body, and that's the whole idea of Kundalini yoga, is to awaken this energy, and from there you get ultimate creativity, vibrant health, things of this nature, spiritual connection. So that's what the Kundalini yoga is all about. Good point, Wilson. Leila asked what kind of vaccine I took. I took the Janssen one-shot vaccine because it seemed like the best option to me. I didn't know how long I'd be in America. I had the choice between a couple different vaccines there, and that's what I went with. The one shot, it was older technology instead of the mRNA. mRNA could be safe. I didn't do too much research onto it, but I went with that because it's the one shot. Agadir Pterodont closed today, says Shkuli. Interesting. Freedom of speech can be counterproductive when it comes to emergency situations. This is true. You can't. It's complicated times we live in. I was thinking about all the anti-vaccine stances and COVID conspiracies, and a lot of it comes from Instagram or Facebook. I mean, there's this whole rebellion against mainstream media, and I get that, it's been shown to have an agenda, to be pushing different things, but you gotta go in the scientific ways, talk to your doctor, talk to people that would know if you don't trust the traditional TV, and you also don't want to trust what some dude is saying on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, myself included, check what everything is said. Welcome, Linda. J.O. says, Sinopharm, it's the best. Hopefully the Chinese are on it. I mean, they started with the virus. They recently had outbreaks starting there again with local transmission, and they're going to test everyone in Wuhan for coronavirus. I think that's 11 million people in Wuhan. China reacted quickly and swiftly with eventually, once it got out to everyone else. But they did an intense lockdown, shut that down, and a lot of people question their numbers. They say there's like 80,000 corona cases there total. Who knows what the truth is? China also recently said they were going to crack down on online gaming, video gaming, calling it spiritual opium. They had opium crisis in the past, and now they're dealing with the youth, kids, teenagers, young adults being addicted to those video games and losing productivity. They're doing facial scans of people to see their age so they can't game after a certain time. China's a different world over there. Jebly, I'm going to Morocco tomorrow. I'm vaccinated. I need my going out after 10 p.m. freedom. It's 9 p.m. actually now. They changed it, Jebly, but I hope the vaccine pass allows you to travel at night. I think the funny thing about this vaccine pass, especially in New York City, is that it's proven the Delta virus is passing within people with vaccinations. For a while now, it's been known that people that are vaccinated can still get corona. So if you have this pass, it doesn't mean anything in this day and age. So it's funny they're passing this to, I don't know, try and protect people, incentivize getting a vaccine. But the more you push, the more people are going to push back. I don't see an easy solution to this. He says, the doctor was asked yesterday when he thought the pandemic might end. He said, I don't know. I am not a politician. It's true. The doctors doing their doctor things, the politicians doing their policy things, and the people are doing their people things. Some people say, okay, I'm doing this for the common good. That's why I want to get vaccinated, protect those I love, my family, my partner, my community. That's why I want to put a mask on, to protect spread from others, from giving it, respiratory droplets. You see when I'm doing these lives, I'm spitting at the camera. Luckily, you're behind a screen and you're not getting any virus I would have or anything out of that. So I get that. That's why the mask is in place. Asian cultures have been doing it for a long time, but they also have this emphasis on the community. It's not so much of an ego, individual attitude as we have in the United States or Europe. We have this very individual, my right, this is it. When in Asia, as I'm told, is more of a we are all in this together kind of attitude. What's the best place did you visit in Essa Herrera? I love just going to the seafood port, Lila Karimas. Seafood port, get some raw bar going on, maybe some sardines and bisara, and I like that. Go in the morning when the fish is coming in and just walking around the cities. I love Essa Herrera, good place. Thank you, Bidar. Thanks for tuning in. Diana says, be cautious about traveling at night. You never know what will be out there. Nabatao says, thank you, videos of Usatens, Al Murak, Souk, Bon Couple. Yeah, we hope to be back at the Souk. Of course, Ibarak asks if we miss Morocco or not. Yes, we do. Chepley wants to go to the bars. I don't know if those are open. Akina Sapi Lebes Hamdulillah, Zakaria, Kulshi Beher. Wilson says, communitarian society. Yes, they're trying to keep it all together. So that's it for my news roundup today. We're going to do a video of my driving, trying to learn in a parking lot, and you'll see how that went later on. yeah, if you get stuck in Tangier, not a bad place to be. Hopefully all is well for you. So peace out. Keep each other safe. Keep learning, educate, and stay vigilant, all right? All right, next time.